All right, this is everything gotten from the Tri City Valleycats versus Sussex County Miners on September 3rd, 2025. A lot of stuff here. Really great stadium. This is my first time here, so we have, the stuff that I buy from the store, on my first visit. Let's start with this, which is just the team store bag. It has nothing to do with the team. It's just a kind of generic thank you bag. So we get rid of that. I do want to check something. I should. Okay, it is in here. I thought I had my printed ticket here. That'll be the next thing we look at here, real quick, just because it's, something quick to look at. And there you go. That is my printed ticket. Um, Customer service desk was very helpful, actually. There was a few different things. We have the rosters for both teams. And I actually got a decent amount of stuff from there. The woman that was at the customer service desk was very friendly to me. And I got a lot of free stuff from there. So obviously the roster. And then this, I think, is just like kind of like a brief history of every player that's on the current roster, which is pretty cool. It might not be every player because that kind of seems short quite a few, but that's pretty cool though to have, kind of like what you'd see on the back of a baseball card, before it became all, scan the QR code to learn more sort of thing. Very detailed. Just kind of the history of how every player got to where they are. So that's pretty cool to have that actually. What else did I get from there? I got the this tiny little piece of paper, which has the starting lineup, and I got this team photo. At first, the woman was actually like, "Oh, we also have this, but you probably don't want it because I'm there wearing a Miners shirt and hat." It's like, no, I'm a souvenir guy. I want as much as possible. So I did get a team photo here of the Tri City Valleycats. You see everyone's names there. So pretty cool thing there. The thing underneath it we'll get to in a second because it's not entirely related. Um, get into the pocket schedule here. I was kind of surprised they still had pocket schedules considering the regular season is over and, kind of renders it useless. To be fair, they were only in the store. Everywhere else, they just weren't available. At the customer service desk, they had the holder for it, but it was just being used for like, hosting a raffle. There's just a small pile of these in the store that I was able to find. So anyway, there is the schedule. Obviously, some ads at the bottom. And they did host the All-Star game this year as well. You can see that logo over there, and then promotions and theme nights over here. And what else do we have? We have, let me actually do the shirt and hat. I realize I'm going through all this stuff and I haven't gone through probably what's taking up the most space here. Tri City Valleycats t-shirt, and you see the year that they started in Troy, New York, 2002. So cool shirt there. And I also got a hat. I did try to get the black hat with the same logo because that's what they wore tonight. But the selection at this point of the year is understandably, especially for a Frontier League team, very low. The hat selection was very, very limited, but I was able to get a fitted hat in red in my size there, and there wasn't very many left of these either. But same logo, so cool stuff. There was, yeah, the free program here. Frontier League 2025 All-Star Season. We're going to quickly go through here. Home Plate Central News is technically, I guess, the name of it. Edition number 3. And yeah, we're just going to quickly go through this. I haven't looked at it yet, so not sure what's in here. Well, actually, I lied. At the stadium, I did skim through it, but I didn't, read anything. And so far, it's just a lot of ads. But I know there is content in here, like from the Joe to the Show here. You have the list of players who have played in Tri City, and some of the bigger names going over there. The map of the Frontier League teams, the coaching staff, the roster here. This is the same roster sheet. We have a physical version of that. Kids Club, Luxury Suites. Not sure what Color City Cats is. Alternate identity of sorts, maybe. And scorecard for those who don't have, a big one like me. Players that were signed by the Brewers and the Cubs. There's your promo schedule again. Here's their, even though they aren't affiliated, they did still do the Hispanic heritage thing. Puentes de Tri City, whatever that is. And yeah, so that is your free program, edition 3 of 2025, assuming it's the last one. They had a lot of these. These were literally everywhere. When you walk in, they were just, I don't know if they were old turnstiles or something, but there's like these metal things and they were just piled up on there, every single one of them. And then they're at the lot at the customer service, a lot of them at the counter at the team store. They're everywhere. They print a lot of them. So we have 4 card packs. I knew I had bought one online. I didn't remember what year, and I wasn't gonna say hold up, in the middle of the store and search through my YouTube to figure out which one. So I just kind of hoped that I did not have a repeat pack. And when I got home, I was relieved. The one card set from Tri City that I bought online one time was back in 2021. That is most likely the last, I could be wrong, but that is probably the last time that I saw Tri City. And obviously it was on the road. It was opening night in Sussex County. So before 2025 is probably the last time I saw Tri City was 2021. And here, the 4 packs that they had available are this year's 2025, 2024, 23, and 22, which was their 20th anniversary season as well. So I have the last 5 seasons of Tri City card packs, despite having my first visit this year. But like I said, I was relieved to find out that the one pack that I had bought online in the past was the year before the oldest one here. So I have the last 5 years of Tri City packs. So anyway, we're gonna start with the oldest, then go to newest, and yeah, let's get started. All right, we start with 2022, the 20th anniversary one. I don't know if this is a separate card pack from like a regular one. I assume this is the regular one, but it was just done a little bit differently because of the 20th season. Anyway, on the front here you have the chairman and principal owner Bill Gladstone. So you can read a little bit about him there. That's a card you don't normally get. Hunter Pence, 2004. Okay, I feel like this definitely is a special one. I feel like there probably was a separate one that was, the current team's year. I wasn't really sure what I was getting into with this. I didn't know if this was all 2022 players, just pointing out, hey, this is our 20th year. But no, this is like an all team sort of pack. So I guess I don't have the 2022 pack, most likely the regular pack. But this is still really cool to have as well. This was like $2. We have Ben Zobrist from 2004. Have Jose Altuve from 2009. Dallas Keuchel from 2009. JD Martinez from 2009. Kike Hernandez from 2010. George Springer from 2011. It's nice that these seem to be in order of year. Tony Kemp, 2013. J.D. Davis, 2014. Joe Musgrove, 2014. And if you couldn't tell, they were an Astro affiliate before joining the Frontier League. J.J. Matijevic, 2017. Seth Beer, 2018. Jeremy Pena, 2018. Oscar Campos, 2018 and 2021. Kind of ironic because he is still playing with the team. I saw him tonight. Interesting. Trey Cochran Gill. So he came back because he played tonight in 2025. We're still talking about Campos. I just couldn't, I didn't expect to see his name in like an all-team sort of pack here. Dennis Phipps, 21-22. Juan Silverio, 21-22. Kumar Rocker, 2022. Is our last? No, I was going to say, it seemed too thick. Last one, Valleycats manager Stubby Clapp, ahead of Romero and Pete hold on. Incaviglia. It's a solid attempt. Anyway, that was the 20th anniversary pack. Like I said, I don't think that was can't talk. That was not the regular 2022 pack. So that is, obviously they didn't have anymore. But this is still a really cool pack to have, and I'm happy to have it. Where's 2023? We are going to do 2023. The other 3 packs are obviously just regular team packs from that year. All right, so to start off 2023, we got Aaron Altair, have Pat Adams, Brandon Bell, Zach Bierman, Josh Broughton, Garrison Bryant, Elliot Carney, Cito Culver, Kieran Devaney, Matt Dunaway, Andrew Edwards, Austin Elder. It's so strange. I'm going back to a few cards ago. Cito Culver. I just opened a Hagerstown pack when I went to Hagerstown, and they had their 2024 pack, and Cito Culver was in there as well. And I just picked them up here from 2023 from the Valleycats. Aaron Ernst, Elijah Gill, Jacob Goldfarb, Raymond Goodwin, Trey Hare, Jackson Hallmark, Cale Jones, Dwayne Marshall, Carson McCusker, Juan Montez, Paven Parks, Rafi Vasquez, Greg Velez, Brack Warren, Pete Incaviglia, Brooks Carey, pitching coach, Thomas Incaviglia, third base and bench coach, and Southpaw mascot. So next we, of course, move on to 2024. All right, first one here is Wes Albert, Dan Beebe, Greg Blackman, Lamar Briggs, Dylan Broderick, Chris Burgess, Oscar Campos, Ryan Cash, Chaz Sywin, Austin Dill, Tyson Gingerich, Jackson Hallmark, Rolando Heredia Bustos, Demias Jimerson, Easton Klein, Arlo Maranziak, Nathan Madrano, Robbie Merced, Kyle Novak, Alec, what is that, an O? Oland, Tom Peltier, Elvis Peralta, Gino Sabatine, John Vargas, Ian Walters, Javian Williams, Zeke Wood, Tyler Zangi, Greg Taggart, manager, Tom McManus, fundamentals coach, Tom Thornton, pitching coach, Joe Torre, not that Joe Torre, third base coach, and southpaw. All right, so last one, we have this year's 2025 coming up. All right, everyone is horizontal in this year's. Brian's Barreto. At least we're consistent with both sides being horizontal here. Julian Boyd. Dylan Broderick. Duke Brotherton. Oscar Campos. Nick DiCarlo. Austin Dill. Lou Fuenmayer. David Glancy. Demias Jimerson. Cam Jones. Easton Klein. Amani Larry. Josh Leslie. Mikel Manzano. Arlo Marenziak. John McHenry. Nate Nabholz. Kyle Novak. Caden O'Brien. Jake Renjich. Cedric Rose. Gino Sabatine. Steven Still. Luke Truman. Josue Urdanida. Miguel Ushi. Ian Walters. Connor Wilford. Javian Williams. Manager Greg Taggart. And what is this card? 2025 Valleycats. Oh, the rest of the coaches are just on one thing here. Tom Thornton, pitching coach. Brian White, fundamentals, first base. Hitting coach David Robinson. Bullpen coach Josh Flowerman. And third base bench coach JT Scara. And southpaw mascot. So that is it for related things. The one thing I want to do, and I saved this till the end, obviously, because it's, not that, I already showed the ticket, because it's just not related, but I've been doing this, I did this with Hagerstown because I was on a work trip. This is the same deal. I also did it with Wilmington, where I was on a work trip as well, just threw in whatever. Here's a parking pass from the University of Albany, and that's it. I worked at a field hockey game this afternoon, and that's what allowed me to go to Tri City. I had no plans on going to Tri City. I was just going to wait for the Miners to come home, but opportunity came up to work, and it just so happened to be 2 in the afternoon, with, Tri City being 20 minutes away from there. Seemed perfect, and that's what happened. So yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later.